Good morning, children. As you all know that our country, India, is famous for its culture and tradition. So, in this chapter, we are going to study about the culture and tradition of three places, that is Goa, Kurg and Assam. So I'm going to explain you about the bakers of Goa that still they are following the same Portuguese tradition. Glimpses of India. It has three parts. One deals with Goa, second Kurg and third Assam. So today we are going to start the chapter A Baker from Goa. A baker from Goa revolves around the relevance of a baker in the Goan culture, which dates back to the time when Portuguese ruled over the city of Goa. The Portuguese may left, but the bread makers continue to have an inevitable stature. In this story, the author recalls his childhood days and their excitement on seeing the baker. They were enthusiastic to the point that they would run to him as soon as they woke up without even brushing their teeth. Now I'm going to tell you about the author of the story, A Bakers from Goa. Lucio Rodrigues, he was born in 1916 and died in 1973, was a great Konkani essayist. He wrote several articles in English and Konkani to various periodicals and magazines. He served as a visiting professor of folklore at many universities and also as a professor of English in Mumbai and Goa. His essays were published under the title of Soil and Soul and Konkani Folk Tales. Subtle humor and informal narration are the essential features of his writings. Children, here's the theme of the story, A Baker from Goa. It's based on the theme that a baker is a legacy of the Portuguese and is of vital importance in a traditional Goan village. The account describes the variety of bakery items like bread bangles, bolnas prepared on the ceremonial occasions by the Goans. The presence of the baker's activities is thus an integral part of all festive occasions in Goa, whether it is marriage or a daughter's engagement ceremony, Christmas, or other festivals. The baker and his furnace are absolutely essential for the people of Goa. Here's the title of the story, A Baker from Goa. A Baker from Goa is an appropriate title for this because it deals only with the bakers of Goa. Not only was a baker or the peddler a part and parcel of the Portuguese life and their bakeries, but even after the liberation of Goa, the peddlers maintained the tradition of selling the bakery items door to door. Moreover, a Goan baker's and his oven's presence is felt on all important festivals in Goa. Thus, we can say that A Baker from Goa is an apt title for this piece. Students, here's a summary of the chapter A Baker from Goa, written by Lucio Rodriguez. So, here Lucio Rodriguez, the author, tells us that his elders usually thought fondly of the old Portuguese days when a baker used to play a very important role and the loaves of bread were part and parcel of the Portuguese bakeries. The Portuguese are gone, but the bakers are still there, and so are their mixers, the molders, and the furnaces. The baker still parades the streets of some Goan villages with the thud and jingle of his traditional bamboo in the morning. The sons of the old bakers still carry on the family business and are known as peddlers even today. The author fondly remembers that when he was a child, the baker would visit the streets twice daily, once in the morning when he started his selling mission, and again on his return trip after emptying his basket. The children loved the jingling thud of his bamboo and ran to welcome him. They would run out for the sweet bread bangles and selected them very carefully from the baker's basket. The baker presented an interesting sight in the morning, carrying his huge basket of loaves. The jingling sound of his bamboo stick brought out the lady of the house, and if the children flocked round the baker, they were rebuked and pushed back. However, the stubborn children managed to peep into the baker's basket by climbing on a bench or the parapet. Marriage gifts had no meaning without sweet bread called bowl. Thus, the baker was a very important part of a village. The lady of the house was expected to prepare sandwiches at the same time of her daughter's engagement. And during Christmas and other festive occasions, cakes and bolinas were essential. The bread sellers of the good old days always wore a single piece long frock called the kabai. Afterwards, the bakers started wearing shirts and three-quarter pants. This dress became synonymous with them to such an extent that anyone who wears a half pant, that which is below the knees, is called a pedder. The author further states that the baker would receive his payment for the supply of bakery goods at the end of the month. In the good old days, bakery business were quite profitable, and the bakers and their families were prosperous. So any person who is roundish and plumpish is still compared to a baker. So children, here this video ends. In my second video, I'm going to explain you the word meanings and the explanation of the paragraphs. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.